Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about Givenchy, so maybe you can guess. But we're going to talk about their private collection, which is la collection Particuliere. So I believe they released another private collection prior to this one, but I'm not sure it's still available and I've not been able to try these ones. But I've tried what is, let's say the new one that was released in 2020. I was only able to try it last year when I went to Paris and I really enjoyed what I tried. So yes, I decided to talk to you a bit more about this because I'm not sure they are widely available, or I don't know, I've not seen many people talking about them and I think they deserve, yes, to be maybe talked about a little bit more. So yes, I think we'll start with the first one I bought when I was in Paris. I really fell in love with this one. And this one is called Trouble-fête. So I believe I've already been talking about this fragrance when I talked about my favorites of the month several times, because I really enjoy this one. So this is the first one I was able to get. So I'm gonna show you the bottle. So this is what the bottle looks like. Sorry, it's a bit dirty because I'm using them, so of course they get dirty. So this is not the usual cap. I personalized mine, so you have the same system. Let's say that for the Guerlain ones, then you can have this personalization of your bottles, but for these Givenchy bottles you can personalize this cap. So this is a magnetic I don't know, capsule, something that you have on the top. Then you can remove and choose in, I don't know, several models, I would say, and this is the one I chose. Otherwise, you will see on the other ones you have the Givenchy logo, silver Givenchy logo on top. So this first one, I'm gonna spray it. Yeah, so another thing about these fragrances, I was not able to find the nose behind these fragrances, so if you know who created them, I'm quite interested. So for this one, Trouble-fête, so I believe it means troublemaker in English. And yeah, this is a fruity floral, I would say, and quite sweet fragrance, really fresh, and for me it's perfect for spring. So it mainly has the note of fig, but in this one the fig is not milky because I don't really like milky coconutty fig note. It's still quite green, but still fruity and juicy at the same time, so the fig is really at the heart of the fragrance to me. And you also have, I would say, a floral middle part, so it's supposed to be jasmine, sambac, and I think, yes, indeed, this is what it is. And then you have this lovely note of sesame or sesame that is really addictive in this fragrance. This is a note that I find really addictive, and here this is the case. I really like it's quite original, this association of fig with this sesame note, and it's a really joyful fragrance, really pretty to wear. I really like this one. The collection, the whole collection to me is quite, I would say, light, but it's projecting, it has a nice sillage, but the longevity is not really crazy. It's maybe more like eau de toilette than eau de parfum, except for a few ones that we'll see later that are really strong to me. But yeah, but in general they are really pretty effortless chic fragrances, so really smells French, and this is really what I like also about these fragrances. Like they are not trying too much, but they are still really pretty. So yeah, this is the first one, Trouble-fête, so this is indeed my favorite because this is the first one that I bought. Yes, and I forgot that it's supposed to have a hint of incense, but I didn't really detect it in this fragrance. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't smell like church for sure, but maybe it has a little bit of smokiness with the sesame, like a grilled sesame note or toasted. I don't know how you say that, but yeah, it's really pretty. A little bit gourmand with this note, but yeah, joyful, fruity, airy, a bit floral, really pretty. I really like this one. A bit green also with this note of fig, so I really like it. So the next fragrance that I got is Wazura. So I believe it means rare bird, because, oh yes, Oiseau is bird in French. Yes, I'm going to show you the bottle also. So the second fragrance that I got, I told you, is Wazura, and this fragrance is one that I also really enjoy when I tried it. Oh my god, these caps are really dirty. Okay, I hope it's a bit better, but still. Okay, so this one, Wazura. So I didn't buy it at first because it reminded me of fragrances I already had. So this one smells like white flowers. It has some greenness, but also a lots of spiciness, I would say. It's quite peppery. And the first thing I thought about is lilies. So it reminded me somehow, let's say, a combo of Joyeuse Tubéreuse with later on I thought a bit about Un Jardin sur la Lagune also. And I don't know, I didn't really understand why at that moment, but after that I read the notes. So the notes on Fragrantica are, I'm sure it's not all the notes that are listed there. They say Pittosporum and black pepper. So Pittosporum is also a note that you have in some fragrances like Un Jardin sur la Lagune. So I believe this is why I got this impression. But also in, I believe it's Cacao Aztec by Paris Monte Carlo. So Pittosporum is a note that I really enjoy because it's also a multifaceted flower, I would say. Sometimes more honeyed, sometimes more green, sometimes it has also this vanilla touch. So yeah, a little bit marine like, also fresh white flower and marine with this. Yes, it's changing all the time, so this is what I like with this note. And there are not many fragrances that are using it, so it reminds me also of lilies. So this is where I get this impression. And the pepperiness, you know, that's with this yes, impression of lilies and white flowers, it somehow reminded me also of yes, this fragrance by L'Artisan Parfumeur. I don't remember exactly, it was an Olivia Jacobetti creation. It's Passage d'Enfer. Somehow it reminded me a bit of Passage d'Enfer too. So, and this fragrance, it has also some vanilla, I believe, in the background, because this is also what reminded me of Joyeuse Tubéreuse, because you have this association of white flowers and vanilla, sorry. And at first I saw that it was coming from the Pittosporum, you know, that has this vanillic aspect. But there is also, I checked on the Givenchy website, they said that there is some vanilla absolute here. And also some Gaiac wood and cedar wood. So yeah, I maybe have a little bit of a woody background, let's say, base. But what I get the most is this peppery white flowers. But it's really pretty elevating, also in the same wave that same vein that Joyeuse Tubéreuse. It's giving me this kind of vibe. So yeah, this is really one that I like to wear also for spring. It's working really well in this kind of weather. So I've just started to wear it and I'm really happy now that I can wear it more. Yeah, really nice. So the third one that I got is Sans Artifice. So I'm going to show you the bottle also. So this is the third one, Sans Artifice. So this one is the tea fragrance of the bunch, I would say. So you know that I love this kind of fragrances, tea fragrance. So this one is supposed to be white tea with ginger. So I definitely get both the tea and the ginger. But in the opening I had lots of citruses, so I believe it's bergamot. It's working really well with the other notes. This is a fragrance also that is not really original, in the sense that it reminds me of some other fragrances that I have, like Bergamote Calabria by Guerlain, or I Am Coming Home by Floraiku. So this is really the kind of fragrances that I love. It's maybe closer to the Floraiku one, you know, with this tea, ginger, and maybe bergamot thing, yeah. So it is pretty simple. I believe sans artifice means without artifice. Artifice, I don't know how you say that in English, but you know, like you're not trying too much, you're not overdoing it. So this is exactly what it's doing. And it's pretty simple without trying too much, you know. And I also get a floral note here. Maybe something like, yes, rose, I think so. Rose, I would say white musks. And I read that it has also a note of cedar, but I'm not really getting it. I'm mostly getting the bergamot on top when I'm spraying it, so that's for sure. After that, the tea, the ginger, and then the rose in the middle with some musks behind, white musks. So it's pretty, it's aerial, it's, yeah, not doing too much, I would say, not overdoing it. Like, you want something out of the shower, you want to smell pretty, not overdoing it, you don't want to bother people around you at work. So this is this kind of fragrance, and it works perfectly well. I really like it. But yeah, does it worth the price? Yeah, I've not been talking about the price yet, but when I started buying these bottles, I believe it was maybe 180 euro, which was already something, you know. And now I think it's more than 200 euro, maybe it's 220 euro, something like that. There was a huge increase in the price at the beginning of 2022 or end of 2021, I don't remember. So yeah, I really enjoying it, but is it worth it, especially this one, is it worth 220 euro? Maybe not. But yeah, if you love it, you know, but I'm really enjoying it. But honestly, if I had it for this price, maybe I would not be getting it. But still, I really enjoy the whole collection. I think they are really pretty. It's just a little bit overpriced to my, yeah, this is, I mean, yeah, this is just what I think, but you know, you can do what you want. Okay, so I also got some samples with my purchase, so we're going to try them too, so I can talk to you about the other ones. I don't have them all, but I tried them all, so I can talk to you a little bit about the other ones I don't have. So let's start with, what is it called? So this one is called Indomtpé. So let's spray it. Oh, yeah, this one is really strong. So this is part of the strongest one, I would say, but this is not my favorite one. Okay, yeah, I can smell the leather from, let's say, 1 kilometer. Yeah, okay. Still, it's really nice. But okay, this one is a strong leather and oud fragrance. So it's more on the leather side than the oud side, I would say. And the oud, I'm not sure it's real oud, but it's really like a woody accord behind. And on top you have this mandarin orange. So the thing is that I like these notes, but separately. This is not something that I really enjoy, these notes together. I mean, it's well blended, but still this, I don't know, this fruity, citrusiness, I would say, on top of the leather and the oud. I think it has lots of contrast, you know, this fruitiness and this airiness, this lightness with the dark side of the leather and the oud. But still, this is a classic one, I would say, much more for the evening, and one that maybe men would prefer because it's leaning a little bit more masculine. Yeah, and the leather is a bit dark, but not too dirty, I would say. It has also some notes of orange blossom. So in the middle you have this orange blossom leather saffron vibe, I would say, with the wood in the background. It's a bit animalic. Still, it's pretty. I'm keeping smelling it, sniffing it. I think I would prefer it on a man than me, but that's just a question of taste. Yeah, yeah. I really have a contrast between this innocent orange blossom with this joyful mandarin orange, with the dark notes with this leather and this wood. So I have lots of contrast in this fragrance. Still pretty, but not that yeah, not one for me maybe. Okay, let's try the next one. So What I have next, Enflammé. Ah yes, so this one, I remember I really enjoyed it. This is maybe also on the stronger side, sorry, and this is one that I would maybe prefer for fall and winter. So okay, let's spray it. So this is the sweet vanilla from the range, I would say, but still it's a dark vanilla. It's not a, you know, a sweet candy vanilla, a cupcake or cake-like vanilla, but it's more on the dark side. Still, it's sweet. It has the sweetness of a fruit that is maybe something like overripe, you know. It has some booziness. So what I get in this one, I have a dark vanilla with some tobacco. So maybe a little bit incensey. It has some labdanum and tulipbom. It's supposed to have some notes of coffee, but sometimes I'm getting them, sometimes I'm not getting them. So today I'm getting them really lightly, and has some patchouli in the background that I'm really getting. So what I'm getting the most from this is, yes, for sure the vanilla. And I would say this boozy tobacco notes, some sweetness, and yeah, some labdanum and patchouli behind. So this is quite a strong fragrance, also leaning a bit more masculine, but I'm really enjoying. So I think this is more for colder days, but this is also a great release. So my last sample, I believe, is, yes, Sans Merci. So this is the vetiver one, if I'm correct. Yes, Sans Merci. Okay, let's spray it. Yeah, so this one is the Davana and vetiver one. It also has something boozy that reminds me of an overripe fruit. Yeah, so it's boozy, bit woody, earthy, and with something, this booziness has something fruity on top. So it has some Davana, it has some Asian vetiver, and it's supposed to have something like smoky whiskey notes, but I definitely get some booziness, but I wouldn't guess this is whiskey. Same thing for the smokiness. Maybe more in the dry down, but at the beginning it's more fruity, boozy. But still, in the evolution, it's getting, you know, you have maybe more complexity. It's pleasant also, but this is not my favorite one. Same thing, I believe it's leaning also a little bit more masculine. So yeah, this one is maybe not for me, but still I like it. I don't know, this is something in this booziness that is a little bit too much for me, you know, this overripe fruit, this fruitiness that is coming from this impression is a bit too much for me, but I like it. And I'm sure these three would be great for fall, winter, and I believe they will have also a better longevity in projection than the three that I love, but you know, that's life. Okay, now I want to talk a little bit about the ones I don't have as samples. So there is one that I would really enjoy to have, which is called Garçon manqué. And yes, so this one is another leathery fragrance, so like Indomtpé, but this one is leather with osmanthus, so this is not new, this is something that has already been done. It reminded me a little bit when I tried it of Tom Ford ombre leather, that I also really enjoy, but in a, let's say, cleaner version of ombre leather, because ombre leather is quite dark and a little bit animalic. The leather is quite strong, it's a bit dirty, you know. So, and in Garçon manqué it was more velvety, sweat-like leather to me. So yeah, but still this leather and osmanthus combo is working really well. I found it really pretty. I would definitely see myself wearing this Garçon manqué fragrance. It has also this beautiful note of osmanthus with this fruity touch, like apricot peachy touch, you know, of the osmanthus, that is really pretty. And still it has some darkness with this birch essence that is bringing this leathery note. And yeah, I just really liked it. It's a little bit incensey too, so yeah, Garçon manqué to me is another good one. And the next one I wanted to talk about is Désinvolte. So Désinvolte is also one that I liked. It's the tuberose one from the bench, so it's also another white floral. It has a notes of tuberose, but also some jasmine and orange blossom. So it's a pretty bouquet of white florals. I liked it too, but also I saw that I had some other similar fragrances in my collection, so that maybe I didn't need it, but still it's really pretty. It deserves to be tried, I think so. And I remember it has also some vetiver in the dry down, so yes, if you want to try this one. The next one is Perdorian. So this one was maybe the one that I liked the less, I would say, from the whole collection. So this is the Narcissus one. I really like the note of Narcissus when it's really it's bringing lots of greenness. It's really green in the fragrance, but again associated with the orange. So this combo of orange and Narcissus to me was not something that I really enjoyed. So yeah, that's a pity, because I like the orange usually. I like it. I believe it has also some bergamot, and yeah. And I liked also the ylang ylang in this fragrance. There are some other floral notes. I believe it was orange blossom and ylang ylang. But I don't know, the mix of all these notes together, it didn't work for me. So yes, maybe you will like it, but for me it was not the ones that it was not the one that I preferred. And the last one of the collection, so it's Particuliere. So this one is in a dark black bottle, so it's supposed to be a fragrance that you can use to layer with the other ones. So I believe especially with these three, to have a better longevity, a better projection. But I was really not interested into it, because when I tried it, to me it smelled really like something I've already smelled. So it was a rose and Broxton fragrance with some patchouli and vetiver, but nothing new to me. And it was not especially strong also. So yeah, I don't know. To me this one was just I was going to say boring, but yeah, a bit boring. Like you have to buy this boring fragrance to add something to your other fragrances. So okay, to me they are already expensive enough, I would say, not to need to buy another fragrance that is a bit boring to enhance, let's say, my other fragrances. So yeah, I was not into it. But there are some people that prefer this fragrance to wear it alone, so you'll see. And voilà, so this is for this Eau de Parfum collection. I know that they released lately another collection of 3 fragrances, so that are supposed to be Eau de Parfum Intense. So I'm really intrigued about these ones. I was not able to try them, unfortunately, but I'm really interested. So I believe there are 3 fragrances. Maybe they are all oud fragrances, but they are supposed to be stronger. So there is Équivoque, Noctambule, and Foudroyant. So I'm especially interested into Noctambule, because Noctambule is supposed to be the rose one, and I love rose fragrances. But it has this note of cumin that sometimes is not really working for me. You know, it can be a little bit armpit-like. So I don't know. I'm still curious to try them. I don't know if it's gonna be a love, but I don't know. And they are too expensive to blind buy for sure, because you know there are some that worked really well for me and some that didn't work really well or not at all. So I wouldn't take the risk to buy this expensive bottle, because I believe they are even more expensive, 270 euro for the new ones. And yeah, that's too much. I mean, at some point it's really too much. I don't even remember if they are 50 or 100 ml bottle. I believe it's 100. Yes, it's 100 ml, so these bottles and the new ones, but still that's a lot. Yeah. So voila, this is my quick review of this collection. Tell me if you've been able to try it. and what you think about it if you've been able to try it. And yeah, I hope to see you soon in my next video. Bye!